So this video was supposed to come out yesterday, but I have to re-record it because it like corrupted or something like that. But welcome to the Wolf of Wall Street. And that's a Labubu head on my ceiling fan. Wait. Ooh, no. Tickle. The Wolf of Wall Street is such a good movie. Like, it's amazing. Oh, Leonardo DiCaprio. We all know that guy. Margot Robbie. We know her. Jonah Hill. You know the guy from the like GIFs. It's 3 hours long. To some people, it feels hella long. To me, it didn't feel like 3 hours. It felt shorter than that. And I enjoyed every second of it. I don't think there was a part where like, oh, this is boring. Like, I don't want to watch this anymore. It's great. I recommend it. There is a lot of nudity. Okay, let me just say that. Beware. It's a lot. Okay, I swear though, like every 5 seconds, Leonardo DiCaprio or someone is having sex, and booger sugar, and some other substances that are legal. So okay. So we're starting off. Jordan Belfort. Okay. This is 1987. 25-year-old Jordan Belfort. Leonardo DiCaprio. He is now a Wall Street stockbroker for some company. And he's employed under some like Mark Hanna dude who's like the elite the elder, I don't know what he's called, the senior stockbroker. So he's making hey. So yeah, there's that. And then the dude just starts weirdo, but Jordan's like ma. It's weird. And then he's like, cocaine? It's like, I mean, later he's and then he's like, so the goal of being a stockbroker in Wall Street is to get themselves rich. And then Jordan loses his job because of Black Monday. If you know about the 1930s, Black Tuesday, Black Monday's the second, almost did another like Great Depression sort of thing. Yeah, not cool at all. And then he joins this investor center in Long Island. And it's like they do penny stocks, so like they're barely making money. And then he's like, I'm gonna make some money using this. And he's not like making the big bucks, but he's making a couple grand. Like, by the time we meet, so when we meet Jonah Hill, Donnie, after like befriending him, he's got this nice car, but he's living in this like cheap apartment place, and he's neighbors with Jonah Hill. And Jonah Hill's like, dude, that's a nice Jag you got out there. How much you make? He's like, $72K. So like, he's making good money, okay? In a month, he made $72K in a month. Like, it's not as much as we'll see him make. But hey, doing penny stocks, that's some good money. Yeah. And so him and Jonah both start their own brokerage, and then Leonardo DiCaprio gets his other friends to join in, and then they also get Brad, who's like a drug lord or something like that, and then Jordan like trains them to hard sell, and he teaches all these pump and dump scheme tactics, which is very successful. And then so as time goes on, they're like, hey, we need a name, we need something, we need to look professional. So in 1989, Stratton Oakmount. Boom. And then the money is just rolling. Hey. And that's not even the first part of it. It's not even the first. Then they move out into an office, and then they're exposed for their shady tactics. Exposed. Oh my god. Fortnite, we need to talk. By Forbes. And then they dubbed him the Wolf of Wall Street. By the way, before this movie, like prior to the movie, Jordan Belfort is married to a woman named Teresa. Just keep that in the back of your mind. He's married. I think he has 2 kids too. I don't remember. And then he's like a twisted Robin Hood who takes from the rich and gives to himself, and then his merry band of brokers, which actually it makes him really angry. Like he's like, I don't like that. And then so far, and then it's like, pretend like each finger is like a person. Ooh, I want a job, Mr. Belfort, do you have time, please? All these people are like, it wouldn't work here. So they do. And then bigger offices and bigger offices. And now, Leonardo DiCaprio and his band of merry brokers, hey, they making... Hey, bro, they're making millions. They making millions. So yeah. Now we're there. We're set up. Okay? Little hair right there. So there's that. Okay? Now. The FBI and the SEC are starting to investigate Stratton Oakmount. That's not very cool, huh? The FBI? Ooh, we don't want them on our back, do we? And then at a party, Belfort meets this beautiful woman. Beautiful woman. It's named Naomi. It's played by Margot Robbie. And then they have an affair. But also Jordan's like heavily into prostitutes and drugs. So like, yeah, he's got Margot Robbie, but then he's also got all these other people. Hey. You know? And then Teresa finds out, divorces him, and then he marries Naomi. It's 1991, by the way. 91. We're getting up there in the years. We're getting old. And then in 1993, Jordan secured an IPO of Steve Madden, who... Steve Madden is like the big trending women's shoes company. And it's founded by Donnie's childhood friend. And then they secure an IPO, which made Jordan $22 million in 3 hours, which was illegal what they did. Because they pretty much own everything in the IPO or something like that. So, like, technically it's illegal because no one was actually buying the stock. It was just Stratton Oakmont doing it. And then the FBI is like, I'm gonna look more into that, because that seems kind of illegal. Dustin Lucas will like, yeah. And then he has a meeting, the FBI and Jordan meet. And then he tries to bribe the FBI dude. And it doesn't work. And he's like, are you trying to bribe me? And he's like, get out. I don't want to see you. Oh, I didn't try to bribe you. No. I was just telling you how much a stockbroker and an intern makes. They make $500K. Just if you need a job or anything. Yeah, that's not working. You're not bribing me. And then Jordan's like, and then he's out. He also threw a lobster at them. So then he's like, yo, I gotta secure my money in a safe place. So then he gets a Swiss bank account with a corrupt banker, Jean-Jacques Searle, in the name of Naomi's aunt, Emma, who is a British citizen who is outside the immediate reach of American authorities. And then he uses Brad's Swiss Slovenian wife, Chantel, and her family, who have Swiss passports, to smuggle the cash into Switzerland. And then Donnie and Brad had a fight. They got into a pretty big argument in public about during a money exchange. And then Brad gets arrested as Donnie escapes. And then Donnie informs Jordan that he has come upon Lemon 714 Quaaludes, which is like the holy grail of drugs. Like the holy, like they've done so much drugs, but Quaaludes, like the Lemon 714s, that is the holy grail. That's the holy grail. Okay, just remember that. And then they take the pills to Belfort's house. But they're like, oh, they have no... They took them. And they're like, dude, there's no effect. Because they're probably expired. And then they took the rest of the supply. And then a private investigator that Jordan has calls them and says, I need to talk to you on a payphone. All your stuff in your house has been tapped. And so he goes to a country club to go onto a... Or before he said they're tapped, he got to the payphone at a local country club to tell him that they're wiretapped. And then while talking to Bo, the Quaaludes kick in, and he's just... like, he can't walk, he collapses. But he has to... and then he struggles home in his beautiful Lamborghini Countach. His beautiful Lamborghini Countach. Okay, it's a little dusty. This car... okay, it doesn't look as beautiful in Lego, but trust me, when you watch the movie, this car is so beautiful. It's just... it's a work of art. Okay, I'm not like super nerdy about cars. Like, I only know the cars I like. And this is one of them. And this car is just... this is my holy grail right here. Okay. This thing's amazing. Just the Lego version. The real version will blow your mind. It's just amazing. Like, honestly. Genuinely just... mwah, mwah. Sorry, I could go on and on and on about it, and I don't even know what kind of engine it has, anything. I just know what it looks like, and the thing is beautiful. Okay, if any car nerds are watching this, please tell me about it. So I don't feel like researching this on my own. I just like looking at photos of it. Okay. And now, when he gets home, Donnie is on the phone. And so he goes and attacks him and almost strangles him with the cord. And then Donnie chokes on food. And then Jordan takes an insane amount of cocaine. Like he just, like, took a fat bag, emptied it, and went... and then just got up and then gave him the Heimlich. And then the next day, the police arrive and inform Jordan that his car has been trashed. But before that, when he gets home, it looks like the car's in perfect shape and nothing happened. And then it's just... It was the hardest scene of the movie for me to watch. I almost cried. It was such a beautiful car. Rest in peace. Yeah. And then Jordan's dad, Max, told him that he should probably, like, leave Stratton Oakmount and lie low while his Jordan's lawyers, like, negotiate a deal to keep him out of prison. And then in the midst of a farewell speech, Jordan's like, I can't quit. And then he just, like, talks himself into staying, and then everyone's like, it's crazy. And then 1996, Jordan, Donnie, and their wives are on a trip on a yacht to Italy when they learn that Aunt Emma has died. And then, fearing the money that was left under her name, Jordan announces that they will chart a course to Switzerland to forge her name on a document and save the account before going to London for the funeral. To bypass border patrols, he orders the yacht captain to sail to Monaco, but their ship is just fucking whoosh in a storm, like whoosh. Like, there's a big storm, and they were like, so like they were swimming, and then big wave, and so they go up the wave, and then whoosh. If you get the gist. And then they're rescued. But first, so like, Jordan called a rescue plane to take him to Geneva, but then they're rescued by another ship, and then in a window you see the plane coming, and it just like the boat just explodes, not the boat, the plane. Okay. Let me rephrase it. This is the yacht. Boom. This is a rescue boat that saves Jordan and the crew. Now, while on the boat, a plane that was originally called by Jordan to take him to Geneva, randomly, while flying, a seagull went, into the jet. Explodes. I hope that makes sense. Now, where was I? Can you hear my dog barking? Such a naughty dog. Bro, there's nothing outside, and she's just barking. Okay, so if you hear it, I'm sorry. I'm sorry if it annoys you. But then Jordan's like, it's a sign from God. I have to address my drug addiction. And then he attempts to sober up. Okay, he's trying to become sober, which it's a really good thing because the amount of drugs he is taking could kill about 1,500 elephants, probably. And then 1998, Sarel and Koskov are arrested for an unrelated crime. Those are both like brokers there. Okay. They're very important because they could snitch on him. It's an but they were arrested due to unrelated reasons without like the brokerage. And then the person like informing the FBI about Jordan as part of a plea so like there's like a plea bargain now about Jordan. And then since like, dude, there's so much evidence, like it's an overwhelming amount of evidence against him. And so they're telling Jordan to wear a wire and rat him out. And Jordan does, like, he agrees to gather evidence from the rest of his colleagues in exchange for leniency, like, so a lesser sentence. And so, like, and then Naomi divorces him because she just hates Jordan now. Like, his lifestyle sucks. He's, like, never at home, and they have kids, and so she's divorcing him and taking full custody of the kids. And then he just takes an insane amount of cocaine, punches Naomi, and tries to drive away with their daughter, but crashes the car in the driveway. And now Jordan is wearing a wire in the brokerage. They're saying it's good to be back. And he goes, slips Donnie a note saying, I'm wearing a wire. And then the FBI finds the note and arrests Jordan. And then raids and shuts down Scranton Oakmont. And then arrests, like, everyone. I don't know why they didn't, like, it honestly confuses me. Because a lot of in the movie, a lot of the time, they're just throwing away paper. They're not, like, shredding things. Like, they need to be shredding things. Okay? Instead of just, like, tossing them in a bin. Like, if he was smart enough, he would have probably shredded that note. And so no one would find it. Especially getting, like, the cross shredder instead of, like, just the whoosh or the whoosh. Like, get it to where it's just straight confetti. Like, there's no way you're putting that paper together. Or, like, you kind of can't, but you're not going to be able to find anything out of it. Because everything's just, whoosh, it's confetti. They need to get the confetti shredder. I don't know what it's called. Maybe it's called a confetti shredder. But they need to find that. Okay. Let's just say Jordan Belfort is a real person. This is based off a true story. I don't know how exaggerated this movie is. But some of these things are true that have happened. Or somewhat of it. But even though Jordan did breach the deal, he actually receives a reduced sentence of 36 months in a minimum security prison because of his testimony. And then in 2000, he gets released after serving 22 months. Then after the release, Jordan makes a living... I'm sorry. He's now... Okay, now let's think into the movie. And we see him, he's making a living by hosting seminars on sales techniques, using the same, and then he's using the same tests he used with his founding partners at the firm. And that's the movie. It just ends. Like, it zooms in on, like, the audience, and then it just ends. 3 hours. It's a great movie, honestly. Like, the only critique I have is something that I can't even truly critique because it's based off a true story. So it's not even him, you know? Like, I can only critique the person, not the movie. And it's just a great movie. Just beware. It's intense. Lots of drug usage, lots of prostitution, all that stuff. If you're fine with nudity, go ahead. It's just, there's some stuff, okay? I really thank you for watching. If you made it here, I love you. And I don't know when the next movie review is. Bye.